Hello, we are back with example 2, but first we're going to talk about the protractor postulate. Postulate, chapter 1, lesson 3, and this is the first one of this chapter. So this is the protractor postulate. What the protractor postulate states is given you have a line AB and a point 0 on line AB, all rays that can be drawn from 0 can be put into a 1-to-1 correspondence with the real numbers from 0 to 180. Okay, so basically what that's saying, if I have my little protractor here, okay, and maybe I'll push this up so we can see right here. If this right here is 0, okay, and all the lines that can be drawn from here, so if I'm starting with this line right here, so let's say I start with this line, I'll have just a solid line like this. Okay, and I line that up, so there's my vertex, and I line that up. All of the rays that can be drawn, so if I draw it right here, that goes right there with 80 degrees. So from here to here would be 80 degrees. Or if I draw something a little, skinnier from here to here, then that would be 50 degrees. So it can have a one ray to one number is a 1-to-1 correspondence, and it will just tell you what the measures of each of those angles are. So that's basically what that's saying. All right, let's look at different types of angles. So the first one is an acute angle. So an acute angle is something that measures greater than 0 and less than 90 degrees. Okay? Anything greater than 0 and less than 90 degrees. And 90 degrees, that's a right angle. So if I go back to my little protractor right here, right? If I line that up, it's going to be, this is 90 degrees, so that line there. So really anything from here all the way up to 90 degrees. Any angle in that realm is going to be an acute angle. Now a right angle measures exactly 90 degrees. So if you go here all the way up to 90 degrees, that's called a right angle. Okay? And then the next one is an obtuse angle. And an obtuse angle is something like this, and it measures greater than 90 but less than 180. So if we look here with my protractor, anything obtuse would be, here's 90, so it'd be anything greater than 90 all the way to 180, which is a straight line. So anything in this realm, anything like that would be an obtuse angle. And lastly, a straight angle is formed by two opposite rays and measures 180 degrees. So a straight angle is just basically a straight line, and it's 180 degrees. All right? Okay, great. Let's go ahead and look at example number 2. So here, for example number 2, it says find the measure of each angle. Okay, so we're going to use our little protractor, then classify each as acute, right, or obtuse. Okay, so let's go ahead and try this. So the first angle is WXV. So WXV, I'm going to just highlight that. WXV. WXV. Okay, and a lot of times what I like to do is just extend these lines out a little bit. And so it's a little bit easier to use with your protractor. Okay, so it's going to be right about there. Okay, so we're going to put this little hash mark is where the vertex go. That's where X goes. And then we're going to line this line up. And if you can see, this orange line goes right through 40 degrees. So what we would say when we're talking about the measure of an angle, we would write it like this. The measure of angle WXV, and it's important that you use that measure, equals 40 degrees. Now, does anybody remember what an angle that's 40 degrees is called? It's called an acute angle. So there we go. There's our answer right there. Okay, let's go on to the next one. It says ZXW. Okay, so ZXW, I'm going to go ahead. ZXW, so we're talking about this. So this line is already extended, so I think we're good. I'm just going to extend this line, ZXW. So I'm going to extend this line here. Okay, and then here we go. I'm going to measure this with my protractor. The vertex goes right here on the dot. Then I line that up. I line this up. And if you can see that, it goes right here. It goes right through the 90. This is a 90-degree angle. So I'm going to say the measure of angle ZXW equals 90 degrees. And this is how you would write it. Whenever you use an equal sign, you always say measure of angle ZXW equals 90 degrees. And this is called a right angle. All right, perfect. All right, let's go down here and try these. So check it out, example 2. Well, how about you work on these ones, okay? So go ahead and pause, work on those, get your protractors out, try to figure out those out, and then when you get done, press play and we'll go over them. All right, we're back. Let's see how you did. So the first one we're going to look at is BOA. So B-O. Wait, this must be O here. Yeah, sorry, but that wasn't there. BOA. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend these lines. Once I can pick up my protractor. Having a hard time grabbing it. Okay. Here we go. So I'm going to extend this line here. Like that. And I'm going to extend this line here too. Okay, perfect. Okay, now I'm going to measure it. So I'm going to put my this little hash mark thing right here at the vertex of O. I'm going to line up this line with 0. And when I look out here, it looks like it's about what? Oh, right here, 35, 36, 37. I'm going to give it 38. Those 38 degrees. So I'm going to say the measure of angle BOA is equal to 38 degrees, which would mean that would be an acute angle because it's between 0 and 90. Okay, let's try the next one. Let's see. D-O-B, D-O-B. So D-O-B. Okay, I'm going to extend these lines. So D-O-B. More like that. Right about there. Okay. So D-O-B. So I'm going to go ahead and put my little thing right here on O. And then I'm going to have this line go through 0 on this side, the pink side. So vertex is there. The line is going through here. And then if I count from here over 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, all the way, it goes right there to 120. You see that green line going right through 120? That means that the measure of angle DOB is equal to 120 degrees, which is what type of angle? That would be a, what kind of angle would that be? That would be an obtuse angle. There you go. Okay, let's work on the third one. So angle EOC. So let's see that. Oops, I keep hitting this. So we have to kind of extend this line again. So, Okay, we're extending it there. EOC. Then we're going to extend it kind of like this. Wait, maybe more like this. Yeah, EOC like that. Okay. So in this one, I'm going to go ahead and put my vertex right through O, and then I'm going to use the purple line here to have this go through 0 on this side. And since I'm using this side now, I want to have it go through the purple, but I can count this way. So this is 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 120. So EOC is actually 120 degrees. So the measure of EOC is equal to 120 degrees, which would mean it would be an obtuse angle, because it's bigger than 90 and less than 180 degrees. So there you go. If you got all those right, wonderful job, and we will see you back with example number 3.